Hey everyone. Before I get started, I have a cat in the background. This is Sphinx. That is the Sphinx. So you don't have to go to Cairo. This is the Sphinx here. This is the man, and he's a spaz. But we won't talk about that right now. I have been following Alex Jones and his coverage of the Bilderberg meeting in England, and it never ceases to amaze me how stupid they think people are. There was a BBC reporter that asked Alex to get back on a train, and he had just left the area where this reporter was, from what I understand, and she asked him to come back. Oh, BBC wants to do a serious interview with you. We want to ask you serious questions and all this. And he agreed to go back. And the immediate questioning was very condescending to him. And she admitted after the interview, she was trying to provoke him, to get him angry so that they could take a soundbite back to the BBC viewers to show what, lunatic Alex Jones is. This is what's so frightening about everything, is the fact that that's how stupid they think the general public really is. That they can take the most serious matter of what's happening current day on, June 5th, 2013, and they're turning it into, Alex Jones's conspiracy theorist. If Alex Jones is anything, along with anyone else that I respect, they're people that have read government white papers. They have gotten declassified and even leaked classified information from military individuals, and they, all they're doing is like reading off, what's been written and contrived by the biggest lunatics walking around that have too much money and time on their hands to what they want to do with the cannon fodder, which is the general public. I mean, Kissinger, who was at the Bilderberg meeting, I can guarantee it, calls a military personnel, soldiers, dumb animals. Dumb animals are stupid animals. It's one of those two adjectives. Really insulting, and he's one of the most unworthy characters. I mean, he's the person that should be in prison. This man, give him a trial. Go on ahead, give him a trial. Think it's a good idea, but I can guarantee you he'll be in the gulag. It's where he belongs. Is in the gulag. And he's walking around. He is the useless eater he calls everybody else. It just amazes me. But it's just like Alex Jones's interview with Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan was doing nothing other than doing a psychological manipulation on Alex Jones, trying to get him to get pinned into certain talking points, meaningless talking points, in order to try and prove a useless point in the whole scheme of things. I mean, Alex Jones, along with so many others in alternative media that are thinking on a macro level, are very holistic thinkers, and they can analyze a bunch of data and get it, in a focus point to present to people on an intelligent basis, information that they need to know. Because, the people that are at the Bilderberg conference right now, this massive complex with, taxpayer paid for metal fencing and, private security, and then police officers, just trying to hold back peaceful protesters like they're some type of, army, this buildup of nothing, because people, all they want to do is to go there and point out, hey, these people are criminals meeting inside of this complex, and they're trying to devise ways to, either through eugenics or through whatever evil means they want to basically have, you know, an unfolding of events that's not, you know, going to, you know, be any good for, you know, you or I. I mean, they're trying to get rid of as many people as possible in order to have the world for their playground. I've said this before, and they may be actually having a press conference, which is unprecedented because the Bilderberg, they did not want to be in the spotlight. It's only through efforts like through Alex Jones. You know, he's right now he's in the forefront. That's why I keep mentioning him. But you know, Jim Tucker, who died like a year ago, he's been following the Bilderbergs for decades now, and if you read Ruled by Secrecy by Jim Marrs, he is one that, you know, does a wonderful breakdown of secret societies and you know, what this chain of people and events that are all too familiar, and people that you wouldn't expect that funded, you know, the biggest wars in history, you know, funded both sides, and just, you know, to this very day, they're the ones that are these families, the Bushes particularly, that are driving, you know, these wars that are still unfolding. And you know, it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, in 2008, there was this wild goose chase, this Where's Waldo event, where they couldn't find Obama, and he was supposed to be flying back to Chicago with the press corps, and left them on the plane with Robert Gibbs. It's all, you know, you can find it yourself. It's on YouTube. It's like press corps 2008 gets stuck with Robert Gibbs on plane. And it's to cover up basically that Obama was attending the Bilderberg conference, along with Hillary Rodham Clinton, which is entirely illegal. I mean, they were, you know, he was in the candidacy at the time. But people, you know, it's one of the many facets that people will fail to, you know, to admit to themselves, that, you know, elections are fraudulent. He wasn't even really elected in. I was one of the idiots that, you know, I saw him twice before he got elected, and I bought into this, you know, the mind-numbing, you know, manipulation, and you know, realized shortly thereafter, I mean, this guy's doing nothing that he say he's going to do, and why does he have a peace prize after he just sent, what is it, 30,000 troops in Afghanistan? You know, and why are we protecting the opium field, excuse me, the poppy fields, and you know, why is, you know, Wells Fargo and, you know, previously Wachovia, you know, laundering all this money, and why do they have private planes shipping in heroin, you know? And it's just ludicrous. But he's a criminal. I mean, I've been, you know, one of the proponents of, you know, one of these days he needs to be impeached, like yesterday. And and Robert Gibbs was the same press corps agent that said on MSNBC like 3 months ago that he was told, even though it was you know, it was policy, it was known policy, that when the press corps asked him questions about, you know, drones, that he was not to acknowledge. He was supposed to like act like they didn't exist. It was official policy, you know. So it's like, this is how my point is to this rant, that this is how dumb they think we are. I mean, it's like the BBC reporter just trying to get a rise out of Alex Jones, because, you know, she can go, ha, you're just nuts, you're crazy, and you take it back to the viewers, and then go, ha, he's a conspiracy theorist, he's a nut. And so nobody has to worry about this meeting taking place in, is it Waterford, England? Forgive me, I'm not sure of the destinations. Massive complex, you know, beautiful mansion, you know, where these elitists are meeting. And but, you know, they're taking the most significant event that's happening today, and you know, they're trying to, you know, turn it into, you know, something that is just trivial, because, you know, they want to talk newspeak to their listeners, and they want to, you know, play their little game like everybody's a 5-year-old. And, you know, yeah, the world is devolving, people's functioning brains are not what they used to be. But that, I still think that's, in many ways people are learning they want to take care of themselves better. That's why there's a push against Monsanto. People are using filters in their water. People are whistleblowing about geoengineering. Better look that one up. And so it's as I said in my previous video. There's the Renaissance, and then there's this mass destruction that's taking place. So it's like, the path is being chosen, and we're either going to go the way of just bondage at this point, or we're going to go into a phase where we become much more like-minded and not divisive, because the only entity out there that's been successful at really causing the most division are the ones that are sitting in England right now in their little complex, sipping champagne and calling in male and female prostitutes, playing golf, and planning the next strategy on their grand chessboard. And, we're the ones putting up with it. How much longer we want to do that? It's strictly up to us. But you either want to be fooled, or you want to learn how the world works, and you want to have a future for your children, or in my case, my hopefully grandchildren too. I mean, I want peace, prosperity, and all those good things. So anyway, that's my rant, and I love you guys, and I hope you get something from this. I'm trying not to do this for nothing. Thanks.